Hello everyone! Welcome to my channel, Eat Less, Move More, Mindfully. My name is Steve, and I started this channel to document my weight loss journey. May 6th, I weighed 329 pounds, and today, I am at an even 290. Boom, 39 pounds so far. 2 days ago I was 290.2. So just a little small one this time. And that'll happen from my experience. I've lost weight several times. And I'm not sure why that happens. There's a couple of reasons, I think. One is if you're exercising or working out, you're building muscle. Muscle weighs more than fat. That might have something to do with it. Another one, I think, is probably the culprit for me, is water retention. If you eat a lot of sodium, you can get water retention, and I probably eat too much sodium. I probably need to start cutting that back a little bit. I like to eat Louisiana hot sauce on just about everything I have, and it has a lot of sodium, so that may have something to do with it. But the reason I'm mentioning that is if you're on a weight loss journey and you're doing what you need to be doing, and all of a sudden you barely lose weight or you gain a little weight, don't be discouraged. It happens. That's just the way it works. It's part of the process. Anyways, in today's video, I came across this thing I thought was interesting. It's online. It's at a website called healthline.com. I will leave a link in the description to this particular article here. 13 science-backed, I like that, science-backed tips to stop mindless eating. You know, the opposite of mindful eating. So here we go. Let's see. Let's see what it says here in the beginning. It says, on average, you make more than 200 decisions about food each day. Wow, really? 200? But you're only aware of a small fraction of them. The rest are performed by your unconscious mind and can lead to mindless eating, which may cause you to overeat, promoting weight gain. Here are 13 science-backed tips to stop mindless eating. Number 1, use visual reminders. Says, behavioral scientists believe one of the main reasons people overeat is because they rely on external rather than internal cues to decide whether they feel hungry or full. And so, to demonstrate this point, researchers provided participants with an unlimited amount of chicken wings while watching a long televised sporting event. Sound like a Super Bowl, huh? Half of the tables were continuously cleaned, while the bones were left to accumulate on the other tables. People with bones on their tables ate 34% less, or 2 fewer chicken wings than people who had their tables cleaned. Well, that's interesting. So let's go down here. It says, to make this... says, this study shows that people tend to rely on visual cues, such as chicken bones. Well, there's another study here I skipped over. Let me read it. Another experiment used bottomless bowls to slowly refill some participants' soups as they ate. Those who ate from bottomless bowls consumed 73% more, amounting to roughly 113 extra calories, than those who ate from normal bowls. Yet those who ate more soup didn't feel fuller. Most also estimated their calorie intake to be the same as those eating from the regular soup bowls. These 2 studies show that people tend to rely on visual cues, such as chicken bones or the amount of soup left to decide whether they're still full or hungry. To make this natural tendency work for you in your favor, keep evidence of what you eat in front of you. Examples include the empty beer bottles you drank at a barbecue, okay, or the plates used for previous courses at an all-you-can-eat buffet. Use visual reminders of the foods and drinks you consume to help you stay mindful of how much you've already consumed. So that's interesting. There's a tip. I get that. Tip number two. Favor smaller packages. Another external cue that can cause you to overeat is the size of your food packaging, known as a portion size effect. It may contribute to significant weight gain over time. On the other hand, packages that include pause points, not sure what a pause point is, but they may help diminish this effect as they give you time to decide whether to keep eating. For example, participants eating potato chips from a cans of Pringle, in whichever 7 or 14th chip was dyed red, there's a pause point, ate 43 to 65% fewer chips than those eating from cans with no dyed chips. That's interesting. So, similarly, people eating from a large bag of 200 M&Ms consumed 30 more candies, 112 extra calories, than people given 10 small baggies. So they're little snack packs. I see that. However, in my experience, personal experience, I've done that before. Like, well, I'll just buy this, they have the little boxes. They get the little small cookies and different things. There's only 100 calories each. Of course, there's 6 of them in there. Of course, I ate all of them. It didn't stop me none, but I get it. I get the point here. It says, favoring smaller packages can help you reduce the number of calories you consume by up to 25% without even noticing. Okay. Number 3, use smaller plates and taller glasses. Studies show that people tend to eat 92% of the food they serve themselves. This is a good tip here. I like this one. This is reducing the amount of food you serve yourself can make a significant difference in the number of calories you consume. Yeah, no kidding. One easy way to reduce portion sizes without noticing the change is to use smaller plates and taller glasses. That's because big plates tend to make your food portions look small, encouraging you to serve more food. So this is all in your subconscious is what they're talking here. I see that. I get that. Simply using a 9.5-inch plate instead of a 12.5-inch plate can help you easily eat up to 27% less food. Summary: replacing large plates with smaller ones and wide, short glasses with tall, thin ones are 2 easy ways to reduce your portion sizes and limit the effects of mindless eating. All right, let's move. Decrease variety. Research shows that having a wider variety of food options can lead you to eat up to 23% more. Experts label this phenomenon sensory-specific satiety. You know what I'm saying. The basic idea is that your senses tend to get numb after you're exposed to the same stimulus many times. For instance, the same flavors. I get that. I mean, if all you got is beans and rice, yeah, it gets numb. But if you got different foods, I see that. Here's a little thing here. Simply believing there's more variety can also fool you. Researchers found that participants given bowls with 10 colors of M&Ms ate 43 more candies than those given bowls with 7 colors, despite all M&Ms tasting the same. So that's interesting. This is about your visual cues here, talking to your gut. That's interesting. So to make sensory-specific satiety work for you, try limiting your choices. For instance, pick only 2 appetizers at once during cocktail parties. Yeah, I believe I'll just skip the cocktail party. How about that? This mainly applies to candy and junk food. Eating a variety of healthy foods such as fruits, vegetables, and nuts is beneficial to your health. So have plenty of veggies. Okay, let's move on. Keep some foods out of sight. Yeah. Yep. If you can't find it, that's true. If I can't find, where'd you hide them Reese's candy bars? Out of sight, out of mind applies particularly well to mindless eating. To illustrate this point, one study gave secretaries Hershey's Kisses in covered bowls that were either clear so they could see the candy or solid so they could not. Those given clear bowls opened them to get candy 71% more often, consuming an extra 77 calories per day on average. Scientists believe that seeing food pushes you to consciously decide whether to eat. Seeing it more often increases the chances you'll choose to eat the food. That's interesting. Of course, I ain't got to see it. If I just know it's there, I'm liable to get it. Let's see here. Summary: keeping tempting treats out of sight to prevent you from eating them mindlessly. On the other hand, keep healthy foods visible if hunger strikes. Good tip. 6. Increase the inconvenience of eating. The more work is needed to eat a food, the less likely you are to eat it. Boy, you got that right. Boy, you come home at the end of the day tired. I'm trying to cook supper. Yeah, you like really don't want to go through a bunch of, let's open a can of soup, have a can of soup and some toast. That's easy. Here's a study. In one study, secretaries were given clear, I'm wrong, did that one already. Here we go. What did I do here? Did I miss one? Oh, the inconvenience of eating. Here we go. In one study, secretaries were given clear bowls of candy that were placed in 3 different spots around the office. On the desk, in a desk drawer, or 6 feet away from the desk. Participants ate an average of 9 candies a day when the bowl was on the desk, 6 if the bowl was in the drawer, and 4 if they had to walk to get to the bowl. Well, there wasn't no secretary like me. If I'd have been there, after I finished the bowl on the desk, I'd have just kind of grabbed them other 2 bowls and put them on the desk. Make this work for you by picking snacks that require some extra work or keeping less nutritious snack foods out of reach. Better yet, get in the habit of serving all foods on plates and eating only while sitting at the kitchen table. Now, there's a good tip. This inconvenience might be just what you need to keep yourself from mindlessly snacking out of boredom or while preparing dinner. Okay, so the summary: take the convenience out of eating. Adding extra steps will allow you to turn a mindless eating behavior into a conscious choice, reducing the chance of overindulgence. Pretty good. Here we go. Number 7. This is my deal right here. Eat slowly. Slow eaters tend to eat less, feel fuller, and rate their meals as more pleasant than fast eaters. That's the technique I'm using right now. Eat less. I'm eating mindfully. That's just what I'm doing. Scientists believe that taking at least 20 to 30 minutes to finish a meal allows more time for your body to release hormones that promote feelings of fullness. The extra time also allows your brain to realize you've eaten enough before you reach for that second serving. I can attest, for me, that is true. Eating with your, now this is tricky, eating with your non-dominant hand or using chopsticks instead of a fork are 2 easy ways to reduce your eating speed and make this tip for you. Yeah, I guess so. How about chopsticks in my left hand? Yeah, I'll be sticking it with that chopstick. Okay. Summary: slowing down your eating speed is an easy way to consume fewer calories and enjoy your meal more. I like that tip right there. That one is a good one. It's working for me. I highly recommend it. Unplug while you eat. That's a good idea. Eating while you're distracted can lead you to eat faster, feel less full, and mindlessly eat more. Whether this is watching TV, listening to the radio, playing a computer game, the type of distraction doesn't seem to matter much. For instance, people watching television while eating their meals ate 36% more pizza and 71% more macaroni and cheese. That's interesting. Plus, it seems the longer the show, the more food you're likely to eat. No kidding. Let's see. Longer distractions extend the amount of time spent eating, making you more likely to overeat. In addition, eating while distracted may cause you to forget how much you've consumed, leading to overeating later in the day. You got that right. Summary: eating without using your TV, computer, or smartphone may help decrease the amount of food your body needs to feel full and satisfied. That's a good tip. Number 9. Choose your dining companions wisely. Okay. Eating with just one other person can push you to eat up to 35% more than when you eat alone. Well, that's interesting, huh? Eating with a group of 7 or more can further increase the amount you eat at 96%. Wow. Yeah. You been to a Golden Corral all-you-can-eat buffet lately? They all pretty much look like me. They all eating together. Yeah, I see that. uh, Scientists believe that is especially true if you eat with family or friends, as it increases the time you spend eating compared to when you eat by yourself. The extra table time can push you to mindlessly nibble what's left on the plate while the rest of the group finishes their meal. It also may encourage you to eat a dessert you normally wouldn't. I see that, especially if you had, birthday party or something. Sitting next to slow eaters or people who normally eat less than you can work in your favor. Influence you to eat less or more slowly. So that means you want to sit next to me. That'll help you, because I am now a slow eater. Other ways to counter the effect could include choosing in advance how much of your meal you want to consume or asking the server to remove your plate as soon as you're done eating. Well, we don't really have servers at my family gatherings, but I get the point. Summary: when in dining in groups, sit next to people who eat less or at a slower pace than you. This can help prevent overeating. Number 10, eat according to your inner clock. Relying on external cues like the time of day to determine your level of hunger may lead you to overeat. A study demonstrated this idea by isolating participants in a windowless room with a clock as their only time cue. This clock was then artificially controlled to run faster. Researchers noted that those who relied on the clock to know when to eat ended up eating more often than those who relied on internal hunger signals. Interestingly, normal weight participants were less likely to rely on the clock to determine whether it was time to eat. If you have difficulty distinguishing physical from mental hunger, ask yourself whether you would readily eat an apple. Remember, real hunger doesn't discriminate between foods. That's a good tip there. I see that. Another telltale sign of mental hunger is wanting something specific, such as a BLT sandwich. A craving for a specific food is unlikely to indicate real hunger. Summary: rely on internal cues of hunger rather than external ones to decrease the likelihood of eating more than your body needs. Okay, good tip. Number 11, beware of health foods. Thanks to clever marketing, even foods labeled as healthy can push some people to mindlessly overeat. Low-fat labels are a prime example, as foods in low-fat are not necessarily low in calories. For instance, low-fat granola typically only has 10% fewer calories than regular fat granola. Nevertheless, study participants given granola labeled as low-fat ended up eating 49% more than granola those provided with the normally labeled granola. Kind of your mind tricking you there, huh? Yeah, going to eat more of that. Another study compared calorie intake from Subway and McDonald's. Those who ate at Subway consumed 34% more calories than they thought they did, while those who ate at McDonald's ate 25% more than they thought. What's more, researchers noted that Subway diners tended to reward themselves for their supposedly healthy meal choice by ordering chips or cookies with their meal. Gotta treat myself. This tendency to unconsciously overeat foods that are considered healthier or compensate for them by having a side of something less healthy is commonly known as the health halo. Ah, that's in there. I never heard that. The health halo. I got that. Steer clear of the effects of the health halo by picking items based on their ingredients rather than their health claims. Not all foods labeled as healthy are good for you. Focus on ingredients rather than health claims. Also, avoid picking unhealthy sides to accompany your healthy meal. Yeah, I got that. What's nice nowadays is pretty much all restaurants have the calories right there on the menu board. So you can kind of see, you'd be surprised how many you're like, woo, that's a lot of calories. I remember one of my favorite was a from Sonic, foot-long chili cheese dog, order onion rings, and a milkshake. Man, we're talking a couple thousand calories there, easy. I mean, I think the hot dog is like almost 1,000. I mean, that's a lot of calories in one sitting right there. But now they got them marked there, so That can help you a little if you're counting calories, which I am. Number 12, don't stockpile. Research has shown that buying in bulk and stockpiling foods can push you to eat more. You got that right. A study investigated this effect by providing a group of normal weight college students with 4 weeks of snacks. Some received a normal quantity of snacks while others received double the amount. Participants who received double amount ate 81% more calories from snacks per week than those who received the normal quantity. Avoid falling for this effect by purchasing only what is necessary and trying not to buy snack foods for future events or unexpected visits. We better get them cookies in case somebody comes over. Halloween, my danger territory. Oh man, I buy the candy and I always want to have plenty for whoever comes by and plenty left over for me. I like them little Snickers fun packs and the Reese's fun size. Oh yeah. God, I don't know what I'm going to do this Halloween. I guess it's going to be apples, fruit, bananas, huh? Kids are not going to like coming to my house no more. Okay. Number 13. Maximize food volume. Eating large volume of food tricks your brain into thinking you consume more calories, helping decrease the likelihood of overeating and weight gain. Researchers examined this effect by serving participants 2 smoothies, identical in calories. However, one had air added to it. Those who drank the greater volume smoothie felt fuller and ate 12% less at their next meal. Yeah, you're tricking your mind here. I got you. An easy way to add volume to your meals without increasing calorie count is to pick high fiber foods with low calorie density, such as vegetables, which goes back to when my Weight Watcher review, why they have vegetables as 0 points, which I don't count. A lot of my vegetables, I don't count the calories, like green beans and broccoli and squash and peas and things like that. I don't count those calories. So I see that. Fiber also helps slow down the emptying rate of your stomach and can even stimulate the release of hormones that make you feel satisfied. A good rule of thumb to maximize food volume is to fill at least half your plate with the vegetables at each meal. Yeah, that's have a lot of veggies. The bottom line. Here we are, the bottom line. To transition from mindless to mindful eating, try some of the simple tips above. In doing so, you may improve your overall health and even lose weight in a way that feels easy and can be maintained over the long term, which is my whole point. That's why I'm focusing on mindfulness this time. For the best results, choose just 3 of these tips and aim to apply them consistently for around 66 days. The average time it takes to create a habit. That's interesting. 66 days, huh? Well, let's see. The 3 tips. Well, number 1 for me, of course, is eat slowly. That's what I've been doing. Eat more veggies. There's 2 that I've been doing. Of course, be aware of your inner clock. Unplug while you eat. That's another one. These are good tips right here. Of course, eating slowly. That's the one that's really works for me. Anyways, I hope this was informative. I enjoyed reading them to you. And again, I'm going to leave a link in my description if you want to go and check it out. It's a pretty cool website here. It's called healthline.com. They got all kinds of great information on here. Matter of fact, the next one, let me see here, that I might do next time, Mindful Eating 101, a beginner's guide. I'll have to check that one out for sure. Okay, I believe that's the end of this video. Thank you, everyone, for watching my videos, subscribing to my videos, hitting the like thumb, commenting on my videos, and sharing them. I really, really appreciate it. And until next time, remember, please be kind whenever possible.